You know, we work with Carolina Fear Fest as our media partners, and there's going to be some big things happening, and we're going to get into it. And we're also going to get into changes that you're going to be seeing on the Scene Snobs this year. We're doing a lot of things different. We're going into year 5. Well, we are in year 5, but we're going into our 5th anniversary, just ready to roll, and we are excited. A lot of those changes are going to be fun. A lot of those changes are going to be weird. A lot of those changes aren't going to make sense yet, but they will. But we're going to get into it, and we're going to talk about it more. I have, of course, one of those very fun new changes now. I don't think that was a good idea. He is one of those very fun new people now, because now I feel like I made him an object when I said that. So let's just bring him on. Producer Paul. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Well, I'm all right. I'm stressed. That's for sure. Everybody's sick, and everybody's all over the place. So I'm tired, but doing good because I get to see your face for about 2 hours tonight. I'm not going to hold it to that much, but I do have a very cool movie recommendation for you tonight.
That'll be interesting. Now I'm excited.
We're going to do that at the end. We're going to have a good time with it. So, Paul, let's get started. For anybody who may be watching or listening at a later date who is going to Carolina Fear Fest, I'm going to allow my good friend, Mr. Paul, Peter, and Mary himself, Puff the Magic Dragon, explain exactly what Carolina Fear Fest is.
Carolina Fear Fest is a bunch of horror fans getting together, acting as one family. It's a very intimate time with all the actors stuff because we typically have amazing actors there. The panels are very small, in my opinion, in a good way. It's where you have 10 to 15 people in a room, sometimes more. But I feel like you get a fair chance to ask whatever you need to. Typically, the actors are great with they're answering everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, what are so in 5 years? This will be the 5th anniversary. Yeah. What are some of your favorite parts about it?
Ooh. It's kind of just been seeing a lot of the same faces every year because they start to remember you. So a lot of the panels all group together and just be able to hang out with the same people, and it's fun kind of catching up with people to see how their year went. I guess I probably should exchange numbers, but
yeah, or join up on the freaking Discord and let's hook up. Actually, we are kind of the unofficial Discord for Carolina Fear Fest, so it works for right now anyway. But we do have the channel, and everybody kind of goes in there and talks about their time. So we need to get you on a Discord, Paul.
I know I need to be more active because I think I'm part of it. I'm not super active. I'm bad on Discord.
We miss you over there. But great explanation. Thank you. The reason I let Paul do that is because that's where I met him. Met you at Carolina Fear Fest. It's a family affair. We love it. We have a great time. And you're right. I love seeing it. That's my favorite part, is going back and seeing everybody. I don't have to buy anything. I don't have to see any celebrities. In fact, if you know me, I don't have to see any celebrities. Like, I am way more excited. Now, they're great. Don't get me wrong. I've always had a great experience with the celebrities there and at other conventions too. Very rarely have I come across dickheads like David Carradine or John Saxon. I realize they're dead, but I'm old. We're going to a horror convention a long time. So they were assholes. But that's just my take anyway. Great actor. So anyway, there's a new element, Paul. And I love this because you may be a part of that future element. There is now a Carolina Film Festival.
Oh.
Right. They're out now. You can submit your horror shorts. I'm going to read off exactly what they have. So, Carolina Fear Fest Horror Convention, celebrating all things horror at our 5th anniversary show in May 2024. The exact dates are May 24th through the 26th. You're going to want to get your weekend or VIP passes. Convention will include guest appearances, film screenings, vendors, panels, and entertainment and more, accepting short films to full-length feature, full-length films feature in horror and fantasy genres. With a preference in screenings to horror. So if you have a horror short or feature and it's independent and you would like to submit it, go over to Film Freeway now. I'm going to link it down below. It's Film Freeway Carolina Fear Fest. Make sure you go check them out. and submit it and be a part of it. Right now, we are still working on getting sponsors for the film festival, so there's no awards or anything like that that have been announced. We are working on it. But for now, if you do have something, and submit it, and we'd love to see it. You know, it's going to be such a great time. We're going to try and work it out. Hopefully, where people who are, you know, get selected, maybe you can do some interviews, whether it's at Carolina Film Fear Fest or, you know, through horror conversations or with the Scene Snobs or something. So super excited about all that stuff. And this is such a cool, like, thing happening right now. Mm-hmm. You know, I love film festivals, and Carolina Fear Fest, I have a very soft spot for Carolina Fear Fest. Not because I work with them, but because of like my time with like meeting you guys and hanging out, and Stephanie and Destiny and everybody, the whole crew there. All the demons are just amazing human beings. And I've just had such a ball. Like, listen, if I didn't own my home and I wasn't all happy, I might even think about moving down there.
Damn right.
But you know, and I love it. I love Carolina Fear Festival, and it's a beautiful area. And then I'd be by Baholi. So, what is your take on this with the film festival? I'd love to hear your new. I know you knew about it through the updates, but what do you think about it?
Mm-hmm. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to bring out a little bit of a different crowd, because, you know, not necessarily everyone that's into film is necessarily into horror conventions. So I think it'd be nice to kind of bring a different side of the crowd in there. You know, people that might be into film and not realize they like horror as much as they do. Just to be able to come out and be like, oh, wow, like I actually do enjoy the convention side of it, and vice versa. Because, you know, there might be people that are like, I only watch conventional featured films, and be like, wow, there's some real talent if I actually go to these film festivals or check out these short films, and this is really cool, you know?
Yeah, I always like the film festival aspect, and I think Carolina Fear Fest lends itself to a perfect environment for it. You know, because if you're in a film festival there, and the rooms that they have and everything that they're doing for it, I can just picture, without being in meetings or listening to it, I can just picture you'll be fine. You can watch these movies, go in and out, do your thing, and still enjoy the festival, and nothing's ever going to bother. You know, like, you know how some people worry about with their film festival, like, there's such a laid back, wonderful environment, and there's such a respect for film, especially horror film, you know, with everybody who runs it and is kind of, you know, is affiliated with it. It's just, I love this idea. I'm so excited for this. So, Paul, are you going to film a quick short and put it in?
I might.
Not what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, not the one we're talking about, but I might just do a little short one, just, you know, not to disgrace the name or make it seem small, but, you know, just kind of for fun, like a project short film, just to see what I can.
I can't produce this one if you want to answer it. I have to find out the rules for that first.
That's fair.
No, I am. I'm excited to get back into film festival mode as well as Fear Fest mode. We're gearing up. We're gonna have lots of goodies at the table this year.
Heck yeah.
I want to get all of the designs on our Snobs merch, stickers and other stuff like that too, to have out on the table and stuff, so that way, you know, people want to pick them up or whatever, they'll be there. You know, just something like that. So you're going to be there in a different capacity this year.
Yes, sir. I sure am.
Would you like to talk about that?
Maybe you tell me exactly what I'm going to do, because I'm not sure.
I love putting you in the hot seat. I'm sorry. That's why I do it. No. Well, Paul's going to be working he works for the Scene Snobs. He's right there. He's there. He's right there. We know he does it now. So, it's weird. Like, I can't claim him as a dependent, but, you know, it's always fun to do these shows with him. Now, he's going to be working with Scene Snobs at the festival this year. So if you see us, we'll be in our Scene Snobs gear. Make sure you're coming up to the table, hanging out. Paul's the man for it. We're also got Sturdy coming out from Horror with Sir Sturdy. He's going to be a guest there. He'll be probably most likely be near the table, but that's, if you guys are fans of the Scene Snobs or you've seen Horror Conversations, you've seen them on there before. So it's going to be a great base, but I love hearing from everybody that's going to be there. Like, they're all hitting it up. They're starting to get excited. We're in that 5-month range. It's so I'm in, dude.
Yeah, I'm always excited every year. And when you asked about like 5 years of Carolina Fear Fest, I will say a lot has changed in a good way, and not trying to upsell them, but I do think the VIP is absolutely worth it if you're going, even if it's your first time and you're not sure and you're like, well, this and that. I think it's smart to plan ahead because that VIP last year when we all went, it's nice getting through the line early. It's nice getting to the vendor tables early and not feeling kind of not rushed, but having a million people around you reaching around you and stuff like that. Um, Best seats for panels. They had sandwiches and things like that and food for you throughout this couple days. The access, it's worth it to me. And the swag bag, like, don't even get me started. You get stuff from almost every vendor. You get swag bag, you're almost like, I don't need to buy anything.
But you should, because there's some very cool stuff out there.
Because I still did. Like, don't get me wrong.
No. I know. We're going to be doing so anybody who watches our show, we do a lot of lives while we're there. We have a good time doing it. We're going to be doing we're going to be doing a really cool rendition of the $20 challenge.
Uh-oh.
Paul, you excited to be in the $20 challenge this year?
Absolutely. I'm going to earn those $20.
Oh my God, I love it. So $20 challenges, we give each other $20. We go out and we try to spend it on the other person. Like, what do we think they'd like, and you try to get as much as you can, but it also has to be meaningful in some way. So like, I remember the first year when Casey and I did it, like, I ran out, I got a pair of Michael Myers socks because he loves Halloween and stuff like that. So like, there's some, last year got a little wild. It was kind of fun, but I'm excited because we're going to expand it a little bit more.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a little bit fun. I'm gonna give you all money and then be like, go buy me things. What do you think I'd like? No more stump the Scene Snob. Now go shop for the Scene Snob.
I like that take though. I think it'd be interesting to see how people envision you or see where your like love and admiration actually is as far as horror. Because I wonder the same thing. Like, what if someone gets me something where I'm like, I mean, I like it. That's funny. You think I love it. I still love that you got it for me, but
But what becomes sentimental value too? Like, there's stuff that Casey bought me, I got, and I love it. Like, it means so much to me because I knew he picked it, and it was like, yeah, it might not be something that I'd see and want, but he bought it, and that's a good memory, and I like that. Bub 77, who is also Chris, an awesome member of the Snob Society, aka Snob Nation, aka the Snob Mob. Make sure you join up on our Discord. Links down below, because that's going to be popping off, and we're going to be getting to that very soon. What kind of swag did you guys get last year? What was favorite thing from which vendor and booth? I didn't get any swag. So here's a funny story. I don't get swag. They don't give it to me. It all goes to VIP. No, it's an honor system, of course. I don't. And again, because that is the rule, and I love it, but I don't get. I think they, it should be of course, if the guests want it, who paid for the VIP first and foremost. Then if some celebrities want it, sure, but they always get their own anyway. And then I would say the volunteers should get it. So that's why I've never tried to grab one. I have grabbed a couple of comic books, but they always had tons of boxes of those. It's like, oh, I want to read this. So, but as far as it goes, they always had it's just a cool tote. But Paul here, Mr. VIP himself. Actually, I'm gonna change your name. Maybe you're not producer Paul anymore. I mean, you're Mr. VIP. So what? Except for this year, what's? I love it. I brought you down. I took you down a few notches. You met me and was like, "Hey, this trajectory is going up." No, it's not. Oh, sorry. Actually, we should probably make that announcement. I didn't even think about it. I was so into everything else. Thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, no. You talk about the vendor first. I want Chris to know that.
Okay. So a lot of the vendors have great stuff, and I'm, unfortunately, I'm not always the best financially. So a lot of things I'd love to get, I can't get, and because of the townhome we live in, I can't put anything on the walls and stuff. So a lot of the beautiful artwork that all the vendors pour their heart into, I can't even buy because I'd have to put in storage. And so that kind of restricts a lot of the vendors for me. So a lot of it's just clothing for me. I love all the vendors because I respect that they're doing their art with horror. and I like their takes, and I like the originality of some of the cups, tumblers, things like that. My favorite, though, personally, is Channel 13. They kind of just do more of a black and white type feel, but they come out with like Woodsboro High School. For me, they do McCready Pest Control. So
Oh, that was
I,
the one that was at the
mhm,
convention. No, man, that's the
yeah,
cool thing. I love the shirts you get.
yeah. So
I'm
that's
not a tie-dye
typically,
guy, but that thing shirt is freaking
mhm.
awesome.
Well, that one Studio House designs it. I'm still trying to get them to come out. I send them the thing every year when CFF says, vendors check in, and I'm like, please come, because everyone loves that one and 13 Ghost tie
Oh
dye.
my god.
And I hope they come. I don't know, but my favorite, if I had to say I had a favorite, it's Channel 13 clothing. I know they're on Etsy, and that gentleman is super nice. He remembers me just from my online orders, because he looked at my card and was like, Paul Dunn, we've talked online because you've bought stuff from me before. And I think that's really awesome. Um, as a shopper, if the owner remembers you, like that just says a lot, because that means that it meant something to him that I bought something from him. And I know I'm not his only customer, obviously. So, yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
Mhm.
And that show, yeah, like I think honestly, like some of the best people, like in any type of business, like it always means more when you know something about the people,
Yes.
and it doesn't have to be much. Like, how's your wife doing? And if he told you her name, or she told you her husband's name, or whatever, or vice versa, yada yada yada. Remember it, write it down,
Right.
make sure because you want to keep that. I like doing that through here, like being able to connect with people, like
Absolutely.
Patricia, who said congrats. I love you, Patricia. I haven't seen you in a while, Pat. So okay. First things first, to what Paul was saying about awesome designs on shirts. And if you want to go and get yours now, you can, but it's a limited time, so it's gonna be coming down very soon. But right now we are doing Godzilla. We have this design of, it's kind of like the Eras tour, but it's Godzilla 70 years of the Eras tour. We have it as t-shirt, sweatshirt, mug, long sleeve shirt. So if you're interested, go pick that up at snobsmerch.com. We have tons of other stuff, movie designs, things like that too. So go check that out. And we got more coming. So without further ado, the congrats is actually coming because I want to say thank you to everyone. All of you who've supported, all of you have been there since November 2021 when I actually sat down. Now, the channel, the YouTube channel is 7 or 8 years. No, actually, it might have been 14 or years old at this point, but I never did anything with it. I never posted or anything. Even early on when we were doing podcasts, I didn't really do much other than just the Scene Snobs podcast. In 2021, I realized, okay, I want to extend the videos that I'm making more than just podcasts. I want to do this, which was always the plan. That was never not the plan, but it just never stepped into that. I wanted to get the show right first, do all those things. With that being said, we got to as of right now, 2001 subscribers on YouTube in just over 2 years. And 3 years, 2021 to 2023. And then, well, I guess just over 2 years. So,
Yeah.
hey, I just, whatever. But I will say this. I'm a little downtrodden in this, but only because I'm like kind of fighting a sickness and I'm a little tired. You do not know how much this means to me. It shows me that the hard work that I put into this, and a lot of stuff that we see in the news right now going on with a lot of other content creators, especially the bigger ones, has felt really good to hear them talk about and actually explain like why this is a very difficult job. It is. It's my dream. It's my passion. I love it. Filmmaking was, and then I fell in love with this, and I'm working at it. And your support, our patrons who are out there and supporting the channel and things like that, like all of that goes right back in, and to making this as great as it can possibly be. And we've seen ups and downs all throughout. I'll tell you, last year was a really tough year. We lost Casey. It was a big blow. And then, I had a lot of time trying to figure out what's my value. What am I bringing to this? Like, am I just making videos? Am I teaching? Am I inspiring? Am I doing like, it can't just be entertaining. I have to do more. So with this and the subscribers, we've been putting plans into effect here to make some big changes. With the coming of AI and content creation of AI and just how kind of making money in this platform sort of works, it's becoming increasingly difficult. All the way up the chain to the ones who have 18 million.
Right.
So, and I think that's because we're too spread out.
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling you, go check us out here. See what I'm posting on Instagram. See what I'm posting on Facebook. See what I'm follow us in all those places. We're going to keep them. They're going to be there, and we're going to post fun stuff if you want to be a part of it and ask questions. We're getting into our absurd movie questions now. A lot of people have been really enjoying those with all those topics and great conversations. So we'd love for you to follow us. But this was always about not just entertainment, not just all that stuff. It was about community. This all started, all of it started on the concept of what it was like when friends just got together at like the video store and hung out, talked movies. And movie fans always have a story like that.
Yeah.
I don't care what you look like. I don't care what gender. I don't care what race. I don't care. We all have those stories. It's a universal effect. When you come in here, I'm 41 years old. Paul's a lot younger than me. Paul has, and the reason Paul is not new to the Scene Snobs. He's just now, like, if he wants to be full-time on the Scene. So my point with that is I love all of the voices. Paul and I don't agree on everything. And I use you as an example because there's plenty of others in the Snob Nation, that are the same way, but we all get along. Why do we all get along? Because here it's all about community. It's about, just creating and entertaining and inspiring if we can, and teaching and keeping up positive lifestyles. That's not to say anything you believe in or do this, that, or the other thing, it gets neglected. That's your life. You do. When you're here, it's positive. It's fun. I want everybody to come in here and not feel like they're attacked, feel like they're wrong for having a certain belief. If you hate Jaws, because Dan hates Jaws, and fuck that guy, but but you can have those feelings. That's what this is all about. This is what the Scene Snobs from the beginning has always been about. It has stumbled. We've pissed people off. They've pissed us off. This has happened. That's happened. But we've had great times too. And questioning last year and with the tough year and feeling like that, it finally dawned on me. I was like, this first and foremost isn't about entertainment. It's not about inspiring. It's not about teaching. It's not about anything else than a community for the outcasts.
Right.
All of us. Now, I don't mean podcasts. I mean outcasts. Them too. And what's the outcast? Raise your hand if you've ever been a geek and had to hide it so you didn't get viciously beat up. You didn't get bullied. You didn't get picked on when people hated the stuff that we love, that we wear tattoos. And a TARDIS. I would have probably been killed in high school. I had a TARDIS tattoo. Are you kidding me? You hid that stuff. You weren't allowed to be a comic book geek. You weren't allowed to play Dungeons and Dragons. You weren't allowed to watch geeky horror movies. You were a Satanist if you watched geeky horror movies, or you're really into other geeky movies, or if you were stoner if you watched this, that, or the other. It was all labels, and there were all labels to tear the geeks down. And now everyone's a geek. Why do you think that is? Why do you think everybody dons the stuff now? Because they had kids and their kids are in it? And is it because it's mainstream? No, it's because it became okay. Once society was like, oh, this is how we're making money. This is how, we're going to see superhero movies. So we got to pump out these comic books. We got to do this. We got to do that. All the stuff we held dear and we love that's just oversaturated now. That's a whole different argument for another episode. My point is, everybody had geek inside of them. I had brothers who were just the jocks all the way up. Went to the military, became cops, and that's who they are. And I'm not putting them down. And it wasn't until, and I never lost I always flew my geek flag. I always flew it. I took my lumps, I took my hits, and I flew it. And it meant that much to me. I didn't hide it. And that doesn't mean that I'm ashamed of people who did, because I get it. But that's why this exists. I realized then that the other geeks needed to know it was okay to be them. It was okay to love what you love. The same goes across the board with people and all that other stuff. But it's okay, and you don't have to feel like an outcast. And there's a great community that grew back then, even if some of them held it in secret. But here, you don't have to be secret about it. It's positive. I don't give a fuck who you vote for. I don't give a fuck how you feel about this, that, or the other thing. When you're in this community, it's all about love. It's all about positivity. It's all about being a geek and being accepted. And talking to your fellow man who may feel differently, but having fun doing it. All right.
Absolutely.
So that is why I am super proud of 2001 subscribers and proud of all of us, the entire Snob Nation. I'm not putting that to me. Yes, I worked my ass off, and I want to thank me for doing that. There's a lot of people along the way, and I didn't subscribe 2001 times. There's plenty of people who do that, but I didn't do that. Thank you, because that means there's 2001 people who didn't leave. They stayed. And they like what I do, and they reach out to me, and we have a good time. Now, I have over-talked this quite a bit. I am going to finish up by saying with the Scene Snobs, we are growing. So I urge you, we are going to become more contained so we can keep the community more contained in the sense of come to the Discord and hang out there if you want to interact on a daily basis with anyone in the Snob Nation. There will be channels for people, and if you want a channel made and you want to run that channel, and we can find that you're trustworthy to do so, well, I mean, you guess you can just run a channel, but have fun. Let's just do that shit, and let's have a good time with it. But if it's a hateful thing, you're gone, because we don't want it. None of us want to deal with it. All 2001 of us are cool with, let's just be cool. Now, it's not 2001 in the Discord. Tell your friends. But but that's where we're going. We're going to the Discord. Also, we offer a free tier on our Patreon. Why are we doing this? Is because a lot of our lives throughout the year, it's not happening right away, but a lot of our lives will be going to the Discord or the Patreon. Free. It's the free tier. You don't have to pay. But we want to start directing. We're going to start doing our individual updates on Patreon. So if you follow us, you will get those updates. Of course, there's a tier system. And if you want to support, again, it goes back to helping us. So I just want to say that now. But if not, if it's just the free one, you'll still see the live shows. But we're not doing that just yet. We're going to be doing that after Carolina Fear Fest and kind of getting set in. We have a lot of fun stuff this year planned. A lot of big interviews coming up, a lot of stuff like that. If you are interested in knowing more, if you're interested in joining the Snob Nation, the Discord is down below in the link tree. Go check him out. Or if you're just interested in Carolina Film Festival, let us know, and I will send you that link, and it will be in the description below right after the show. I'm going on for a while. My good buddy's here. I want to talk to him. So I just want to say one more time, thank you so much for all the support, for all the love, and being there and not turning away and understanding what I'm trying to build here. If you're an outcast, you got a home here. And yes, that goes for everyone who's watching. You do have a home here. So let's get into something else. That's my segue for this. Oh, Bubs. All right, Chris, we're saying can't count how many times I was picked on for D&D or heavy metal. I'm still here and still don't care. Let your freak flag fly. Love it.
Hell yeah. Roll it.
That's it. Mick, I'm goofy and majestic. I stole that from somebody. I stole that from a friend of mine. So Paul, nobody wants to talk about my fucking subscribers and shit. How are you going to get me to 4,001 in the next 2 years? Go ahead.
OnlyFans. I'm going to get in shape the rest of this year, then the OnlyFans next year, and we're going to get
I've seen you without a shirt on. Trust me, we're Facebook friends. You're fine.
People want to see below the waist, though, man. That's how you get them, because they're going to be so astonished. They're going to be like,
how many donuts do you think will make your dick huge?
Like a mini donut? Just one?
It's like fucking Popeye. You just pop it in your mouth and like it's like I'm ready to go.
I mean, it doesn't take much to put blood in a 1 inch. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So as we're going on, what does that say? What does that say?
Oh, it says watch more horror movies, guys.
Very smart. I like it. So I said for tonight, since we're not doing a review because we did one. If you didn't see this week's episode, this is kind of a bonus episode to say thank you for the 2001, and also fill you guys with some information, answer any questions you might have, and talk to you about Carolina Film Festival. But so we're not going to do a review tonight. If you want to go back and check out our reviews of The Family Plan and Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, go check that out and check out the rest of the show. It was a pretty good show from Tuesday. But we usually do mixed movie picks, but this time we have recommendations for each other.
Go ahead, man.
Oh no, you go ahead. My show, you go ahead. I got to give. Listen, I asked you to join, but I've been here from the beginning. I want to go last. I've earned that right.
See, I feel like my recommendation you've already seen though.
Dude, did I tell you how many movies I've seen in 20 years?
Yeah, I didn't even tell you how many I watched on.
I've started my Letterboxd. Finally.
Yes.
Mick Manhattan's finally started his Letterboxd and is actually doing stuff. I've created lists. I have added every movie that I have watched for the past 21 years. Oh boy, here we go. Before a show starts, let's get him in here. Oh, what's up? How you doing? We were talking about you earlier.
He knew.
I hope it was good.
No.
Yeah, we said your name 3 times and then you popped up.
I said you suck. And then I don't know what happened, but we were talking about we were talking about you coming to CFF this year.
Yes, and I can't wait. I do want to say congratulations on the 2000. That's pretty dope. I had to pop in and say that.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
No, it's really cool. It's really, really cool, and it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's inspiring, especially being friends with you and all that, and learning a lot and picking your brain a lot. You can get there. I'm right around the corner. But I'm at 300 and some people. Go check out Horror Research 30. I know it's not about me, but I'm making it about me because it's about to be about me at 8 o'clock. Listen, if you're not following Snobs, if you're not subscribed to the Scene Snobs, you're really messing up. Because you're getting a lot of awesome content on this channel. You're getting movie reviews. You're getting just random conversation. You're getting a whole kind of stuff. You're getting the whole kit and caboodle. I guess that's what they say. And if you sign up for that, you're getting so much more right over on the Patreon, people. And all I'm gonna say is, I know a lot of cool shit that's gonna be coming up on like both of our shits. So you're gonna want to start diving in, signing up for shit, and yeah.
I didn't want to say anything yet until we talk, but I'm not going to.
No, I'm not saying anything.
No. Yeah. And we'll get there. But
in the near future, but Sturdy will let you guys know this. I can say this: there will be Sir Sturdy's watch parties are coming back. I'm just letting you guys know that.
Oh, in a big way.
Yes,
they're coming back
in a big way, and I'm super excited for that. I will say this: I'm not going to say anything else. We're getting there. That's something I can't announce right now, but you are going to want to subscribe to Sir Sturdy. I'll make sure that's linked down below too on this episode, so you can if you're listening or watching this later. But it's going to be exciting. You're going to want to, and because you're going to want to be subscribed to both. That's what I'm saying. And we have plenty of other shows you can as well. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. Just make sure you're subscribing, and then the Patreons and stuff. It's going to get exciting.
Yes, I just want to hop on and say congrats.
Yes, as of right now, we share a Discord, so you can join the same Discord.
Jump in that Discord on the Scene Snobs. Sturdy does have a Discord too, but jump in the Scene Snobs one because that one's huge. Sturdy's working. I'll be doing a lot of watch parties over there.
Yeah, join Sturdy's too because that's the horror element.
Yes, 100% horror. And I'm gonna get out of here. Let these guys finish up and go get ready for my show. But peace and
Grease.
Absolute best.
I like it.
Absurd. Be very absurd. I'm out.
Thanks, brother. Take care. Okay, thank you so much, Sturdy, for jumping in, hanging out with us. Yeah, I'm not saying anything, but I am super excited. You're going to want to follow Sturdy too. Don't say anything, Paul.
I don't know anything. I'm just here.
Yeah, right. I guess Glenn. So I think so we have 2 new rules this year already. My first rule we came up with this year is if you trash a movie on this channel anywhere, any show, if you trash that movie, you hate it, that's fine. But you have to recommend a movie in its place that you think we should watch, that you think is better or will entertain us more. So that's been a rule that's come up. Now the second rule is that Paul made me put into place tonight is I get to go last. If we're saving the best for last, and I'm not saying I'm the best, I get to go last. I don't get to be a baby many times, but I get to be a baby about this. So you're going first.
All right. So my movie recommendation is from 2006. It is the movie The Fall. It's the movie The Fall.
That's a beautiful movie. Perfect cinematography.
I love that.
Hands down.
And most people have not seen. I knew you would have, but
I'll watch it again. If it's your recommendation, I'll watch it again. Yep. I love that movie. I think every time. It's so good, man.
That little girl, you are the hero, bro. Like every time, just floods.
It's so good, man. It's so good. Have you ever seen The Fountain?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's my go-to. If I need a good cry, I'm watching The Fountain. I'm gonna cry 90% of that movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's so funny that you went with 2006. I went with 2004.
Ooh.
So this is a movie a friend of mine recommended me years ago. It came out. It might have come out limited release. I don't know, but he had the DVD and he's like, "This is one of the best spy action movies of all time." And I'm like, "The fuck is it?" And it's from 2004. It's called Spartan, and it's directed by David Mamet. Val Kilmer stars in it, and Derek Luke. They're Secret Service agents. They're like Val Kilmer's character is like one of the best of ever, and they both have to go on the hunt because the president's daughter was kidnapped, played by Kristen Bell, and taken into a sex trafficking. So they are on the hunt, and the tables turn a bit because they find out, or they seemingly find her dead. Now the two agents found other evidence that may point to her not being dead, but the president and everybody shut it down. They say she's dead. They start mourning. They still decide to investigate, and they uncover quite the government cover-up. I suggest watching this movie. It is fantastic. This is a movie, when I was going through, I found it again. I haven't thought about this movie in years. I found it again going through my letterbox, and I was like, if you could look at me, I went, oh my God. Like, I was so excited because I had forgotten about this movie. And I don't, you know how you forget about a really bad movie and then you hear about it, oh yeah, it sucks. And it's funny that you've seen it. This is a movie. This is like one of the only movies I think I remember ever going, oh my God. I was really excited to remember this movie because it was so good. So
that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm going to watch that tonight.
Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, please let me know what you think of it. And anybody out there, let us know what you think of the movies. The Fall is very good. I think these are good movies you should definitely check out. Thank you.
What would you rate yours? I know we don't have like the ratings for it out, but
I don't know because I haven't done it on Letterboxd yet. I've only added it to the list.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. I know I touched my mouth, but I ate lettuce earlier. So what would I rate? I'd probably rate this 4.5.
Okay.
What would you rate yours?
4.5 out of 5. Yeah, 100%. If not,
I can see. I'd probably rate The Fall personally. I would get a 4 just because of the excellent cinematography. It's great acting, everything too. There are some elements of it story wise that kind of would pull it back a point. But man, I'm a stickler for shit anyway. But it's definitely it's an excellent film. Everybody should check that out. That's great.
I remember when you were talking about going to the movie store and all that, there was a gentleman named Josh. I don't know if you watch Josh, but if you do, you're awesome. So from 13 to about 17, I'd go in there and he'd recommend all these movies. Like, what are you looking for? What do you want? And I asked him, I was like, I want something that just visually is very just open, like something new. And he was like, yeah, go get The Fall and go get Mirror Mask. Take them back home.
Wow.
Right. So I got to watch both of those. I remember the Friday night. not smoking and enjoying both those movies immensely, and just watching them again and again. Took them back Sunday, and we talked about it for like 2 hours.
Dude, it's funny. I was that guy in the video stores.
That's
I was
awesome.
that guy who like would always like be like, you should go check this out. And the reason being, I was a movie guy, and like when you're young, we didn't have IMDb, So like I read everything. I read everyone's reviews. I would watch everything I could. When I was real young doing that. Joe Bob was a great source for a plethora of knowledge on how things were made, and tons of others. So like I'd be learning everything I could and absorbing it. And when I got into high school, like still just like, and then by that point, like internet starts coming around. It's like, well, let's check things out. And you find out so much more. But I would read like every film book, and it was always a lot of fun for me. I always had such a good time doing it. And but when I started working at the video store, well, all right. So I like to joke that I've worked in every aspect of filmmaking, because I have worked at Suncoast Video. I have worked at Blockbuster. I've worked at a mom and pop premiere video in my hometown. I worked at Hollywood Video. I worked at a movie theater. I worked at a and then filmmaking, like
Right.
acting, all that shit. So like, and now I'm podcasting and movie reviewing. So like, I feel like I've worked in every aspect of filmmaking in some way, shape, or form. So like, I joke about that. And then, but back in the day, I was the guy. I was the guy you would say, oh, that was Mr. IMDb or something like that, So I was always challenged to learn more as I went, because like you gotta. But I gotta tell you one thing that I find absolutely fucking beautiful is that there's so many more of the guys now. No, I don't mean guys, girls too. Like you guys, women, you're killing it with all your videos and stuff too. I just mean like you're the guy. It's like a dream for somebody who has just always wanted movie information as a kid. And now I can look it up. I can go out, and I still do. But man, there's so many people doing that you get that plethora of information. That's why it's always been something that was so special to me. And a movie like this reminds me of that. Spartan in the fall, especially too, because that came out when I was like going to college. It was a big deal. I know, and I was late to college. I went to college at 24. Oh, I'm old.
I was in high school. We're not going to talk about it. It's all good.
I was out of high school in 2006. I was out of high school for 6 years by that point. So, holy fuck, am I a pedophile? No, I'm just kidding. He's of age. I probably shouldn't say that because the mean people at me. My best friend's older sister worked in a movie place. She let us take whatever we wanted, just not me. New releases. Seen way too much. That's awesome. So I love you, Chris. Chris is fun. Yeah, he's a great guy. Maybe you can come to CFF too. All right, guys, we're gonna get going because we have to go over to be on Sturdy's show. Like we asked earlier, if you guys would join up on the Discord, please. Just nothing to it. We will be closing it off maybe after the 5-year anniversary. We're trying to reach 300 people first, and then the only way to get into it after that is going to be to become a Patreon member. Again, free. There's a free tier. If you want to do one of the paid ones, thank you. But the free ones will absolutely have access to it as well. So just so you know, there is a tier system, but you will have access to the Discord. But please join up now because it's open, and that would be great. And we're trying to build the Snob Society together, so we'd love for you to be a part of that. Okay, here's the deal. We need you guys to go check out Harvester Sturdy. Follow them there. Check out Worst Damn Gamer. Check out all these shows. 3 Geeks podcasts. Check out all their channels. Help us out. We are a great core group of people, and I will list them all below as well. So, and I wanted to bring that up because they have been instrumental in many, many more. My Jeff Dwoskins, my Some Nobodies, everybody, all my friends. They were instrumental in helping me get to 2001, and I would love for them to get some of that love too. So if you can go check them out, I really appreciate it. Again, I can't name everybody right now because we got to get going, but I will make sure to get a list out to everybody. if you want it. Thank you so much. Again, from the bottom of my heart, this means more to me than you guys will ever know. I'm just a little under the weather, so it's hard to get really excited. But thank you, Paul. You're amazing. Thanks, Sam, too, for this. Appreciate you, because I know it's such short notice. Thank you, guys. Check us out on Horror Research 30. Remember, be kind to each other. Stay, pretty classy. And if you're not taking care of yourselves, then just remember I say, take care of yourselves.